Okay.
If a person and I weren't in a disagreement,
Right.
currently, I would tell them this, but I read a study about or no, I was on TikTok, and it was a study about
Oh,
how women who
no.
wear makeup in the workplace are viewed as more bitchy and mean, but they are also viewed as more professional and are more likely to get a job promotion.
It's because they're more aesthetically pleasing to the male gaze.
Would not disagree with that entirely, but I would
Yeah,
also
that's
say
not
that I
all. You can't lump everything, but
yeah. I would also say that I think it makes you look more prepared. And when you work in a business sphere like that, like looking like you're prepared, looking like you put in
yes, but
effort.
it also puts a target on your back by
Yeah.
both your coworkers, the women. They'll be like, "Oh, she
And the
thinks she
men.
better than us. Oh, she thinks she doesn't shit, you know?" Um, and then you have the men who are going to hit on you at work. And that
Yeah.
is why I've always dressed frumpy as hell when I have to go into the office because remember you took me shopping and I was trying to dress professional at Quicken Loans?
Mhm. That was a hard
No,
day.
nothing but but I got nothing but side eyes from the women and getting hit on by the
Mhm.
men. And it's like, that's not what I'm here for. That creates BS that I'm not
It
trying to
makes you
deal with.
uncomfortable.
And it makes
Yeah.
me uncomfortable. So I'd rather just look like a little boy. So don't nobody notice that I'm actually a woman. It's fine.
Alright. We're gonna launch the thing in 3, 2, 1. Hello,
Yeah.
hello, and welcome to another episode of the Basically Unbothered podcast. We are joined again by Eris, the fairest.
Hey y'all,
I was
the
just
one and
reading like your
only.
name. That's
Thank
your
you. Thank
Instagram
you.
name though, right?
It's actually Air Bear. Yeah.
Where's Eris? Oh, it was on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok. So follow me. Air underscore bear with a H. And if you don't know how to spell air with a H, don't follow me.
If you don't know what air with an H is, you are listening to the wrong podcast.
We don't need you
Just
here.
saying.
No, no, you can stay, but we're side eyeing you.
I'm not gonna lie, when I used to Instagram sleuth you, still so shocked that you've never blocked me, or if you did, I just didn't know it.
No.
But I used to Instagram sleuth you to, like, check up on your life and such,
Hmm.
and I was like,
Same.
"Oh, it's still Air Bear." It's like,
Like,
"Ah."
I never hated you. I just felt like in order for me to grow, I had to separate myself from a lot of people. It was nothing personal.
Yeah. Honestly, I felt the same way. Um, I there are times where I didn't like you, but I've never hated you, if that makes sense. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure there were times where you were like, "Fuck this girl. I'm so tired of her. Tiffy is so annoying," and I whole ass respect because I am quite annoying sometimes. Like, the dissociation is so
Oh,
real.
you saw that. I was just thinking.
My therapist called
Mm.
me out on dissociating a while back, and I was like, "I don't know what you mean." And she was like, "So that thing you do when you're, like, not looking at anything, that's dissociating." And I was like, "Oh, huh,
You do
okay."
this. You be
I
like,
do. I can't do it right now because I have the headphones in, but mom watched the video. No, we were recording her podcast, and we were both playing with the same ear in the same way, and it was so hilarious. By the way, we're both in meetings right now in the same house.
"Oh, I love it. Professional baddies." Ew. That's my hubby in the background. He's cooking me dinner and
Ooh,
watching the
what's for
child.
dinner?
It's hamburger helpers. Let's not.
It's it's okay,
It's
I'm not a
something. It's
as I
better
like
than
to
what I would make, which is a hot bowl of nothing.
I'm not
So,
a cooker. I'm not a
yeah.
cooker.
I remember
I've gotten better.
when you tried to make us some tilapia, like all of us were at your house and we were hungry and you like put it on the grill or something. And I was just like, I'm not eating this. And
Dead.
I was like, I love her, but I don't even know what if this is real fish, and it's not.
My mom used tilapia is real fish. My mom used to make me tilapia all the time. Mhm. That's
Anywho,
where I got it from. Anywho, let's catch up. How's have things been since the last time, we've talked to you?
so Gone to a couple of parties, Halloween just passed. That's my favorite time of year. I was actually poison ivy
Mhm.
this season. But I like zhuzhed it up a little bit and had this really cute corset and
It was
uh
super cute.
this bomb ass wig that I got from the beauty supply store that I bought to go to my husband's grandma's funeral, as they call it. Mm. But it actually worked for poison ivy too. So I was like, bet. Um,
It was really cute.
I have been tapped to do a demonstration for the VP of my company next week or a week or so away. Yeah, the one of the big wigs needs to see what us little people do, and I was tapped to show him what we do.
I would have tapped you.
So, I'm excited. I'm good at what I do, so it's not like I'm gonna be stumbling or fumbling. I've just been doing really good at work, lately, like, focusing on the things that I can control, cause my
Mhm.
life's been a bit out of control. But work's good, my baby's healthy, my husband's great, so can't
That's
complain too
good.
much. Mhm.
Um, you are like, from all that I've known about you, you take work so seriously.
I take money seriously.
That too. I do not take money seriously.
Yeah, no, and when I don't have money, my mental state deteriorates. Simple as
Mine does too. But it's more like the stress of not being able to buy the things I wanna buy more than, or, like that. Like, this year, my financial struggles has really been like, "Hello, you need this." But there's something in your birth chart that basically shows you what your perfect partner is supposed to be like. And, I was on a TikTok thing. There's this girl that I follow on TikTok. She does really good, like, telling you how to see your birth chart and, what
Mhm.
things are gonna impact you for the full moon or the new moon. And I looked at it, and I think that that specific thing fell on Capricorn potentially. And basically it was like, yeah, you're meant to marry a really rich person and have them take care of all the
I was gonna
finances
say,
for
like,
you.
Capricorn is why Donald and I work together so well because they are so logic and money based. Sometimes it gets on my nerves
Mhm,
how logical he is, but it helps me from my whimsy and non-logical emotional space to kinda
mhm,
meet in the middle. But he's very financially, just intelligent. He knows how to make a dollar and keep a
yeah,
dollar when he gets it. So, but my aunt Bunny is a Capricorn. My little brother Bijan is a Capricorn. Um, J Love is a Capricorn. It's a couple of Capricorns out there that, yeah, I mess with. It's Earth
yeah.
signs in general. Honestly, that's really what it is. Taurus, Virgos, but I refuse to ever date another Virgo man a day in my life. In fact, don't even talk to me. Don't speak to me if you are a Scorpio or a Virgo.
Oh god. God, I
My
Scorpios,
favorite
the funny thing
brother-in-law
is that
is a Virgo.
the funniest thing is that I can get along with Scorpios really well, not relationship-wise, like friendship-wise,
Mhm.
because we both, shoot the shit, are really blunt, say horrible shit type things, but I could never deal with the typical manipulation,
Secretly
jealousy. Yeah,
revenge driven.
mhm,
Like,
and
what?
it's so
Go to
interesting. It's
therapy.
so interesting because people people don't know that Scorpios are water signs.
No, people don't. Like, they're actually very emotional. They're just like the depths of the deep ocean. Like, their emotions run deep and it's dark down there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And when you
they're
get, like, a healed Scorpios are just so hard to find because
yeah,
a healed Scorpio doesn't practice manipulation tactics, and they are very more in their water energy, and unhealed
mhm,
Scorpios present very fire energy.
yeah. Well, don't do that. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby, 'cause
Me too.
right, don't put that on us. Fire signs are great. We are passionate, okay?
Mhm.
very driven and a little fiery at times, a little
Oh,
impulsive
okay.
at times,
The way that I describe it is that fire signs, all 3 fire signs are different types of fire.
or destiny
Um,
members, yes.
yeah. And to me, what's the word I'm looking for? To me, Aries are like quick ignitions. They're blue flames. They blow really, really hot, but just as hot, they go like out
Pretty fast, yeah.
pretty fast.
Which is why I feel like we're more of a orangey yellow flame instead of blue.
I think
I mean, we can
I
get to
only
blue.
say blue because of how hot you guys can go from like 0 to scorching and then down to 0.
We are the
It's like
anger and
literally
inside
when you
out.
hit the yeah, it's like when you hit the ignition on like a flame and the first color you get is blue.
Mhm.
It's kinda like that. And then Leos, to me, are the most long-lasting flames. Leos can hold their anger and their frustration for a very, very long time.
They're the
So they're
Beyoncés.
literally just like, "Hmm?"
They're the Beyoncés of the fire
Well,
signs.
they are because 'cause they're super close to Beyoncé's actual sign.
You a
And then I
Virgo.
always she's a Virgo, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I always say that for Sagittarius, they're like wildfires. It takes well, not like wildfires in a sense, but it takes forever for a Sagittarius to catch usually, but once they have caught like a wildfire, they will burn everything down. Not a care
Yeah.
in the world.
I feel
My
like
mom
y'all are
said
the
that to me.
sleepers of the 3 fire signs, like, people
Mhm.
underestimate y'all, and then when you actually, like, pop the fuck off, it's like, "Oh, no, what have I done?" Like, "Nah, you shoulda
The
chilled when I told you to
17,000 times
chill."
I looked at you like,
Mhm.
yeah. I 100% agree, and I would also say that for me specifically, I don't know about all Sagittariuses, but, like, when I'm pissed, I don't give a shit. Like, the thing is that I cognitively know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm choosing to do it because you pissed me off that much, and everybody can get it. Like, if I'm pissed off, just avoid me, like, at all
Honestly.
costs.
'Cause you might catch a stray. Like,
You might catch a
you
stray.
might catch a stray from some shit that I had, feelings about a week ago, and now
Mhm.
it's gonna come out. So, just leave me alone.
Everybody about to get it. I honestly am, like, if I get really pissed off, just give me a candle and a book and let me be for a good 3
Not a
hours.
candle and a book. Live, laugh,
Book.
love, eat, pray, love over here.
No, wait, let me tell you. Okay, so I was thinking about getting back into video gaming
Mhm,
as a way to, manage my anxiety and do hobbies that don't require me to be successful.
mhm.
And then I was in Costco and I said, "Oh, a PlayStation Portal, that'd be so cool." And then my friend ruined it for me and he said, "Oh, sweetie, you have to have a PlayStation 5 to use this PlayStation Portal." I was like, "What do you mean?"
You could get you a backbone. They're like controllers that you can put your phone in to turn your phone into a controller.
Yeah, but I looked at
Mm,
the video I looked into that, and then I looked at the video games that are on, Apple, and I was like,
yeah.
I don't like the graphics. I don't wanna play any of these." And then I was like, "I really don't wanna get a Switch again." Like,
Why
I
don't
don't
you
mind the Switch,
desktop?
but I don't like the games that come on them as much. There's some fun games,
Mhm. Why don't you, like,
but
do a desktop game? Like, Baldur's Gate.
I've thought about it. I have had several conversations about it, but then, do you know how much a Nintendo Switch 2 is?
A lot.
I thought that bitch is like $450. For
For
what?
what?
To
Mm.
hold something in my hand?
I mean, it's got a bigger screen and more ports. I don't know. Donald
A
knows
f
the specs on that one.
a freaking PS5 is $500.
I'm aware.
So you mean to tell me that you think that you are $50 away from a PS? Absolutely not.
I mean, Nintendo proud of themselves. They real proud.
N Nintendo is taking heat, apparently.
For what?
They're taking heat for their Switch, they're taking heat for their practices. There's, like, certain games they have, like, crazy licensing on.
Oh, let me tell you. Yeah,
Mm.
they're hiking up the prices like that on purpose. In other countries, it's not that expensive. They've purposely done that because of the tariffs and the things that y'all's president
Cost to make it, yeah.
yeah, the cost to make it and stuff like that and to ship it to America, is just way more. So they are jacking up the prices because of the tariffs. So,
Can't can't catch me doing it. But, outside of that, I've still been, emotionally struggling, but I did catch some good moments. Um,
emotional damage.
emotional teen. I got a new lip gloss, hold on. She's
Girl.
pretty, she's shimmery. I wanted a pink lip gloss. This is REM's, Glossy Balm. I like it for the wintertime. I don't like it in the summertime because it's too heavy,
Mhm.
but in the wintertime, it's perfect because it's thicker and, my lips be going through it in the winter.
She really got you to be a fucking makeup girly. Like, you
No,
really
she did.
became a makeup girly. I'm so proud of you. You gotta teach me
Wait,
the ways.
I will.
You
I will, because it gets worse. Because then the Morphe brushes were 40% off.
what is a Morphe brush?
Morphe is a makeup company.
Um,
It is well renowned as a makeup company, and their new brushes are like everybody's talking about their new brushes. Just they're really good brushes, and they're not super expensive.
they're affordable.
And they're like I don't if I tell you, I don't know what you would consider affordable. The brushes range between like 9 and 13.
Each?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, I mean this was $20.
No, ma'am. I will go to the beauty supply store and get some cherry gloss, pop lipstick,
Mm-mm,
lip gloss and call it a day. Absolutely not.
mm-mm.
Give me some
You
kohl
definitely don't.
eyeliner and call it a day.
You don't wanna know how much my makeup costs then.
No.
It's because I'm invested in putting good things on my face.
Mhm. Cause you be using bare minimals, right? Bare minimum,
Mhm.
bare minerals.
Minerals. Yeah. I'm invested in putting good things on my face. I'm invested in using things that are, like, vegan and cruelty free, and a lot of the stuff that I use not only makes you like, is makeup, but it's also, like, skin care.
Mhm. It doubles.
It doubles. I like something that can do both.
Mm.
We're gonna get into our first we're gonna get into the pop culture roundup. Were you here when I was talking about Hilary Duff making music again?
Probably, but I don't remember.
So Hilary Duff a couple of months ago announced her return to music, and I thought that this was gonna be like a 2026 project. You know what I mean? Usually when people are like, I'm going back to music, they're gonna be like, catch me in fall next year. No, no. She's already dropped her new song.
Oh, okay. Have you listened to
And
it?
it is I haven't listened to the full thing, but it's perfect for where female pop is right now,
Okay.
which is like Sabrina Carpenter has kinda now I'm cold. Sabrina Carpenter has kind of flipped, um, female pop and turned it into a more witty, kind of sarcastic banter about life, especially men.
Mhm.
I don't know if have you heard Sabrina Carpenter songs?
Yeah, she's singing the little coffee song.
Yeah, but, like, you
Espresso, espresso. Yeah. First of all, that's girl meets world to me. Like,
Yes, yeah.
that's what I see when I see her, and I'd be like, "Girl, put some clothes on with your young ass. Put cover up. I'm
She's like
somebody's auntie
25. You are somebody's auntie.
who happens
Actually,
to have a
no,
child."
yeah, she's probably 25 now. Because when I think she did a song about being 19 or 20, and that was back at, like, 28. I don't even oh my gosh, how
Mm.
old is she? Let me not go down that rabbit hole. But
Yeah,
it's
she be
from what I
dressing kinda
see.
like Madonna and, but, like, classic-y, like, what's my girl, Marilyn
Pinup-y.
Monroe?
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
she's been in a kind of witty kind of play on that because she dresses, one would say, provocatively, but her music is just like, not the most recent album, but short and sweet. There's a song, one of the songs is hold on, I think it's like Dumb and Poetic
You
is
be
hilarious,
listening to
and it's supposed
pop.
to
You know, I if it's not Meg, I don't know it.
I don't Meg isn't pop.
I know. That's my point. Meg, I feel
Yes.
like Meg is pop culture. She is the it girl right now. I guess, but I stay in black spaces. I'ma just be honest here.
I'm
I
not a
don't know what white America does, honestly. Th And that's probably why I look at her like the little coffee girl, 'cause
oh my gosh. But no, Slim Pickens, you have to listen to Slim Pickens.
Okay,
It's
I will
it's
I will
fucking
listen.
hilarious. It's about basically how there are no good men out there, and all she just wants is a man who's nice and breathes.
And breathe?
Yep.
Jeez, bar is in hell.
That's what she's and it's such a hilarious song. Oh my gosh. But the
She's not
the,
wrong. Listen, listen, it was a trickery, a sleight of hand, a fucking bamboozling, and a hoodwinking to get me married again.
you said that you're like, "I'm never doing this again." Love you too, honey.
No.
But no, her new song is kind of, like, making fun of I think the from what I've heard, because I haven't been able to, like, just sit down and listen to it, but new music is hard for me to listen to when I'm in a bad headspace.
Mhm,
But it's about, like, how a guy left her for a younger girl who thinks he's so mature for his age, and in
mm,
reality, he's just dating younger women because who else is gonna date him?
mhm,
His mama?
mm. Oof,
Not his
preach. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
mhm, but you know.
There we go. Mouse is working. Alright.
Hey,
But yeah, it's actually really, really good, and
okay,
it's more clubby.
okay,
So, I would
okay,
say give it a listen. It
yeah.
debuted at number 2.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
I'm vibing with it. I'm excited to see what this project is gonna be. She has already said that the reason why she's coming back to the music is because of the gays.
Because of the gays. Okay.
Because
I'm
of the
not one of them,
gays!
so hey, maybe it is music for me.
I mean, the gays kept J-Lo going strong.
Um, I promise I'm like gay, but like one man. Maybe two. Yeah.
Um, I can make no comment on my current queerness, seeing that I'm avoiding dating at all cost.
I mean,
So,
that's probably for the best.
it's 100% for the best. Alright, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, this one I'm so excited about. Our next topic is Grammy nomination.
Yay! No, honestly, I'm excited about these Grammy nominations because it's blackity black, black, black. And
It's so black.
I'm here for it. My baby Doechii got fucking, nominated. Kendrick is
She's
nominated for a bunch of shit. I love Doechii.
she's so nominated. Doechii is I have the list up. Doechii is nominated for Record of the Year. She
Mhm.
is nominated for Song of the Year. What is the difference?
It's not albums. Like, I don't know what record versus single well, a single isn't part of an album, so I think a record is a song on an album, maybe? I don't know.
I don't
And then a
know. Hold on.
single is
We have to look this up.
you know how Cardi came out with "Outside" and she didn't have her album out yet? That was a single.
Mhm.
And
Well,
then
it doesn't say single, it says song of the year and
oh,
album or
song of the
record of the
year.
year. Yeah,
Yeah, what's the difference?
okay. Record of the year recognizes the recording of a song, awarding performers, producers, and engineers, while song of the year is for the composition, awarding the songwriters.
Oh, okay, okay.
Interesting. Song of the year
Hmm,
celebrates writing, lyric, and melody, where record of the year honors the best overall sound recording.
mm.
Much better. Okay. Where else is she? I thought I saw her somewhere else. Was that it? No, I
And I just
swear to
wanna say
Moses,
I've
she
been
was
a
somewhere
Doechii
else.
stan since Anxiety, she recorded it on her bed. Like, her EP, "Oh, the Places You'll Go," so good.
Mhm.
So good. Like, honestly, I think I like it better than her Swamp Princess album. That's what I call it.
Sleep
Gator Bite
Token is
3.
nominated.
Sleep Token is great. They're wonderful. I've
Sleep
listened to
Token
the
is
I'm not
nominated.
for what?
Hold on, where was it? Best rock song, Caramel. Best rock metal performance, Emergence.
Yeah,
New Linkin Park is nominated.
used to
Oop.
acknowledge it. Chester is not alive anymore. What do you mean, new Linkin Park?
I tried to give it a listen, but her voice is not really Linkin Park sound. It's still like rock, but it's missing the emo-y kind of thing that goes on with Linkin Park, and it's more raspy, if that makes sense. Um, Hayley Williams is nominated.
I love a good Black queen. She's so wonderful.
Oh my did you see her performance with, oh my god, I do not know her name. The one that's like, some your business, I do what I fucking want. You're such a fucking cunt." Oh my god.
Is it Flo Milli?
No, dang it. Maybe?
Um,
Rico Nasty.
oh, yes. Thank God I have to slap a bitch today. Yes. I did
So,
see that actually. I didn't watch it
I
all the
was
way
like,
through, but
"Get
it
it."
was nice.
I was like, "Get it, Haley."
Yeah. No,
I
she's
loved
great.
it, and, she recently had an interview, and one of the topics that was mentioned was that she has the ability to reach a more broad audience than a lot of people in her genre would reach, especially a lot of people from the Black community, and she mentioned that a lot of their music is actually influenced by R&B and hip hop and soul.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw
And she
that.
said, "Ain't It Fun" has, like, a Stevie Wonder kinda vibe to it, I think is what she said.
Mhm.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
I can
"Okay."
see that.
Um, there are some notable things I wanted to know. So Cat's Eye is nominated for Best New Artist. Cat's Eye is the global K-pop group.
Oh, okay.
So, I
Can we
think
talk
there's the
about K-pop
from
Demon Hunters? Because they got nominated too.
they got nominated. I saw. I have feelings
Come
about K-pop
on,
Demon
don't
Hunters,
be
and
that
every
hipster.
you know what? F you, because that's the same thing my cousin said, and you
It's
can both
good.
go, "That's
Just
not
because a
I'm
lot of
not a
people like it.
that's not why I hate it." Or I don't even hate it. That's not why I dislike parts of it. I dislike parts of it because it feels very Americanized.
Yeah, it was for Americans.
I know, but thank you for saying that though, because that was one of the biggest, like, the first big disagreement me and my cousin got to on the podcast was about that, and she was like, "No, it's not." "No, you're fine.
See,
You can cut me off anytime you
it
want."
was very Americanized, but they also were respectful of the
Mhm,
Korean culture. Like, it wasn't caricature, it wasn't, just it wasn't disrespectful. Like, they had the little charm things on there, and, like, the
mhm.
demons were all based off of real Korean folklore and, like, the traditional, like, they really did their research at least and made, a Korean movie, but it was for Americans to consume, so it is
Yeah.
Americanized.
It was and honestly, the first half of the movie felt the most Americanized, and the back half of the movie was to me, I did not like the first half of the movie. The back half of the movie I loved.
Come on, come on.
Loved,
He
loved,
has
loved.
opinions.
You
Hey,
got
everybody,
opinions?
special guest, my hubby.
So, K-pop as a genre is just like Korean kids cosplaying as Destiny's Child and Jodeci.
Yeah.
So, I feel like, Americans cosplaying as K-pop. It's fine. It's just full
Well
circle.
you know why that K-pop is heavily based off of, like, R&B and, hip hop and rap and everything like that. It's because when South Korea opened up, to be able to allow outside music back in, it was in the '90s. So that's what they were listening to heavy, and it's still something that they listen to heavy, and
Why
that's
boy
why
Yeah.
it's
bands and
shaped.
girl bands are still a thing for
Mhm.
them.
That
Yeah,
makes some
they're
sense.
very much into and, they're very much into the culture that we kinda let go to the wayside, and they do it differently, and it's I don't wanna say better, it's not better, it's just executed to
A
me
lot more
better.
precise.
Mhm.
It's
It's
a
not
lot
that
more precise.
discipline that
Yes,
Americans
they
have.
just didn't have.
I mean,
And,
they got
they're
that Bro Jackson's, what I'm saying,
Yeah, they still
massive
allow
there.
Joe Jacksons, so, you know, hey. Speaking
yeah.
of
But
Have you seen the
hmm?
trailer for the new Harry Potter
Yes.
movies? For the new Michael Jackson movie?
Yes, I have.
I'm so excited. You know, it's actually his nephew that's playing him.
I was wondering.
Yeah, it's his nephew, actual Jackson. I forget his name, Cy Jackson or something. That's not his name, but he is a Jackson. Yeah, and it really looks like it's gonna be good. And tell me why. You know, it's gonna be a two-part series. They make
Mm.
it into two movies. How famous you gotta be to where your biopic is two movies?
Are we splitting it up to Black Michael and White Michael?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, I feel like they're gonna like play Thriller and then it's gonna cut like end of act one. I feel like up to Thriller
That's
is gonna be
hilarious.
where they stop and then we'll get into like Bad and all of that in the
Yeah.
second.
That's hilarious. I have seen it and I am excited. But the more Grammy nominations, Rose is the first female K-pop solo artist to be nominated. She is nominated for her song with Bruno Mars,
Did the
APT.
pata song?
Appetapatu, appetapatu,
Yeah.
appetapatu.
Too.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So she actually wrote it too.
What did she write? They're all onomatopoeias. I mean, there's
Appetapatu.
lyrics in there. There's lyrics,
There's
but
lyrics. It's a Korean drinking game.
what? It's a
It's a Korean drinking game.
oh,
So
bet.
at the
Let's
beginning
see.
of the song, it goes something, you say your two names, random game start, and then you're supposed to say a number, and then everybody puts their hands in, and they build like an apartment stack, and whoever's hand is at that number has to drink.
Oh, that y'all might be doing something with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's nominated, and that one was that song almost got Bruno Mars out of debt. So
Leave my baby Bruno alone. He's doing his best. Cocaine ain't as cheap as it used to be.
Kendrick is nominated,
For Luther.
and hold on. Kendrick is nominated for Skrillex
He's
is
actually the
nominated.
most nominated person, I believe, with
Yeah,
like
he's
9
nominated
nominations.
he's nominated for Record of the Year, Luther, Album of the Year, GNX. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Ooh, Chaperone gets another nomination. I think I saw that. Now I'm in like dance, so give me a second. I don't see where's rap. R&B, R&B, R&B. Kendrick for TV Off. Best melodic rap performance is Kendrick. Best rap song is TV Off. Best rap album is GNX. Somebody said that Kendrick and Drake were nominated in the same category, but I don't see it.
What? Aubrey ain't put out nothing lately.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
I don't I don't know if he put out a full
Oh,
it's the
that's
it's the
unfortunate.
O for me. It actually was pretty TikTok popular, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, Apple
Oh,
Music,
wait,
because I don't
Sexy
have it on
Red?
my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, Rich Baby
Wait,
Daddy.
here's a joke. He also put out a song September 9th.
Shut up. For real?
Who knew? Yeah,
I
hold on.
didn't know. And I love Drake.
But yeah,
Is this like
so,
Take Care Drake or like Hyper Drake?
don't know,
Just
haven't listened to it, not gonna lie. I haven't listened to Kendrick or Drake since their beef, because their beef was originally manufactured because hip hop and rap wasn't having a good year. And so they started making female rappers and male rappers beef with each other because rap does really good when there's beef tracks. And then they both took it too far. And I'm really pissed at Kendrick.
okay.
I'm only look, let's not pretend like we don't expect more out of people. Kendrick making a song to Drake's son is too far. It's way past too far. Drake mentioning Kendrick's children in his song is too far. Kendrick making a song to Drake's son addressing Drake's child is way past too far. You're like,
But also,
oh my
Kendrick
gosh.
taught me to hate my haters more. Kendrick taught me that it is okay to hate your haters. You know, God invented a left hook for a reason. I just think that Kendrick, he showed us that we can hate our haters, and that's
I
okay.
mean, he did take down one of the best diss track rap artists that we have in this time, so, I mean, back to back is still
Yeah. Yeah. Back to back is good,
severe.
but
Okay, last 2, Sabrina Carpenter is nominated again this year, which I'm excited for. Um, I think that her career has come a long way.
mhm.
It's very country pop right now. I think it's funny because her album has influences of her opening for Taylor Swift, and it's been beneficial to her career, and Taylor Swift album is reflected in her, having Sabrina Carpenter on her tour, and her album suffered.
Oh, damn. Well,
Well, I mean, you can't make yourself an innocent girl for your entire career and then make a song that you use the word "digmatized." So, on
that don't even
everything, swear to
sound
Moses.
right coming out of you said Tay Tay did this?
Yeah, the song's name is Wood. It's about Travis Kelce's penis.
Tay Tay.
She
Nobody
lost her
asked for
way.
that.
No one no one asked for that. But
Heard her
last
album wasn't doing good, but I didn't care enough to find out why, but
not doing good. They say that her rhyme scheme is very rudimentary, which it always has been, guys. Y'all been big upping her for a very long time for no reason. She's not that great of a songwriter. She just be writing about y'all feelings and y'all think it's great.
that's
But yeah, it's not doing well at all. But the last Grammy nomination I wanted to mention is Defying Gravity. If that song doesn't win anything, I'm
it has to.
officially boycotting.
It has
I'm
to.
boycotting.
Like, you cannot deny how good even
Mhm.
people I have a friend, Taylor, she's your doppelganger. Um, yeah, call her Tay Tay. She does not like musicals, but she sat there and watched Wicked with me and be like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's just good music and it's good
Mhm.
production, the sound quality,
Mhm.
the costuming, the storyline, like, it's just good. So,
Yeah.
anyone who's hating
It's
on
like
Wicked,
good all around.
yeah, it's just good all around. So, I think it should win some shits. And also, if
I
they sing
agree.
up my baby Cynthia, and Ari again at these damn Oscars, I'm going to riot.
Yeah,
I think they'll get it,
I have
though.
no
I think they'll get it.
I'm I do too. I think that it was just the build up because they knew that they were gonna give it to them the next year,
Yeah.
which is kinda
Yeah.
shitty, but whatever. Okay, on to our
Damn.
next topic. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants turns 20. 20!
Think about you no.
Oh my
No.
god, I read it today and I was like, "You have to be fucking kidding me."
Oh
That
my
means I was
god. I gotta show you something. And
what?
this is probably the most embarrassing thing I'll ever show on camera, but it's okay. So, man, you probably can't see it. This is my
Hold
violin
on, put it
picture.
really close to your camera.
Alright.
Girl, you so light, it can barely there we go.
Can you see
Pretty.
can you see my necklace, though? Ah,
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't see what it is.
guess whose face is on my necklace?
Oh my god, I swear to God, if you say the D word
No. Jacob from Twilight.
okay, okay, good, good.
No, Jacob, I was Team Jacob, so I
You were
had my Team Jacob
so
necklace on.
you were so team Jacob. By the way, I realized that at the tender age of 33, I am team Emmett.
Okay?
Like, I'm team
Yeah, because
because
he
he's the
held
best
his
one.
bitch down. That is a good man, Savannah, okay?
That is a good man. He was like, "Oh, she's a little bitchy, but we still love her."
But we love her. She got a reason. Have you heard her backstory? Which,
He
honestly, y'all
he
could give me a Rosaline spinoff, and I will watch it. I will watch
I
it.
watched I will watch
The
the fuck out of
I
it.
need her origin story for real, 'cause yeah.
And honestly, the person who played Emmett while all the male characters,
Killian
and
Mudd.
Carlisle. Yeah, while all the male characters are aging as one tends to do, he gets finer and finer. You
Yeah.
know?
Well,
You know. Alright,
sorry.
our last topic is Sydney Sweeney's interview.
What interview? This my
Oh my god,
big
at this
titty bimbo from Euphoria, right?
she should really just shut up. Like, I don't say that about a lot of people, but honestly, she should just shut up. So she was doing an interview, and I think it was with, like, GQ, hold on, and she was doing this interview, and the interviewer asked her a question, and they basically say, "Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Gene ad." Sydney Sweeney. And Sydney Sweeney goes, "I don't know what you mean." Hold on, I got it.
Out that Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Do you have ad spoke for itself? You think the ad spoke for itself. Okay. And the criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically. I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear. There's something that you wanna say about
That
the
was one
ad
of them, but
itself.
hold on.
I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt, like, every day of my
Her
life.
PR
Hold on.
told her
Always
don't
wait for
say
it.
shit.
I think a lot of people
God, like, why are you talking?
is there something that you wanna say about the ad itself?
No, hold
We're
on.
sort of talking around this American Eagle ad right now, and maybe we should just talk about it. So, were you surprised by the reaction? I did a jean ad. I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise, but it was I love jeans.
She's so
Like,
okay. You can be, but see, that's the thing. She has the privilege to be oblivious if she wants to. Like, that's the whole thing. Like,
I mean, blonde hair, blue
blue
eyes,
eyes,
big boobs. Yeah, like,
all American girl right there. And I'm not saying
and
she's not
also
pretty, but in this political climate, like they said, like there's already so much tension
mhm,
amongst races, cultures, religions, whatever, political views. Like, you can't
mhm.
be that obtuse, to just be like, well, I just made a Gene ad.
I
Like,
just made a jean ad. And then they
I'm just a
asked her about,
cheerleader. Like, no.
"I'm just a pretty girl, and I've just been a pretty girl my whole life, and, like, I
Girl
don't
said, I'm
understand
just
why
a
people are."
girl. She said, I'm just.
Dog, "I'm just a girl." Oh my gosh. So then they asked her about the current president and how she felt about him, tweeting or posting something in support of her. And she said it was surreal. And let me tell you how, I was talking about the housemaid and how I wanted to see the movie still. And I love Amanda Siegfried. I love her as an actress. I love that she, kind of came from the blonde hair, big boob bimbo thing that she did in Mean Girls and has had one of I consider a very meaningful career
Yeah,
in
I
film.
agree. She's had an arc.
I don't want Yeah, I don't wanna see the movie anymore.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. I was just talking about this book with my coworkers today and how good of a book
Mm,
it is and that the movie's coming out. I didn't know
mhm.
Blondie Blimbo was in it. And now that I've seen that, why am I putting more money in her pocket?
Like, if and I wanna be clear, I do not I am not a cancel culture person. I think cancel culture does more harm than good. I think that education is the best way to truly affect change in this world, and canceling somebody without explaining to them what is happening and trying to educate them first just makes people more pissed off. And I think that people are allowed to have their opinions that differ from mine. That being said, I don't think that it's okay to blatantly be ignorant when you had the opportunity
To
to.
educate yourself.
You could have said anything in that interview. You could have said, "That wasn't my intention, but I can definitely
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner's Pepsi ad that came a long time ago. She was
Mhm.
so, like, "I this isn't the edit that I approve. This is an edit that I saw. I would never think this. I'm so, so sorry." Like, you could tell whether she is entitled, but you can tell that she did actually care and try to, like, mend that, and Sydney Sweeney just doesn't give a fuck, and that's my problem.
She doesn't, cause it doesn't affect her. She's blonde, she's white, she's rich. What does she care about anything anybody else has going on in this country?
Us poor colored people.
Not us poor colored people.
us poor colored people, yeah, it doesn't affect her at all, and that's the point where I'm like, I don't feel like watching the movie, and it makes me sad because there are a lot of good actors and actresses that are suffering because of her mouth. It's like, shut up and say sorry. It's
Just be
not even that
quiet.
hard.
You could
Yeah,
not. You could just not.
it's so simple. I mean, kudos to you, holding your beliefs 10 toes down, but, like, maybe you should get a little better beliefs. I don't know.
Mhm. Anywho.
On to our on right. On to our next topic or next segment, which is the make it make sense of the week. I don't know if you saw this. I saw it on TikTok either yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. But a
Mhm.
woman called 26 churches asking for help, and all of them denied her until she called a mosque, and the mosque immediately tried to help her. And I saw that and I was the I saw it as a someone was reporting it. And, they were talking about what does that say about modern day Christianity? And so to me that was really frustrating. I actually had this thought recently. Um I was posting about something on Threads and someone made a comment about Jesus is looking over you or whatever. And I was like, I'm not a Christian. And they're like, yeah, well, it doesn't
That's
matter. God will
why
love you anyways.
that's why I've been quiet this whole time because I don't have an opinion anymore about Christians because I'm not one. I'm not gonna say don't acknowledge them, but coming from a Christian background and
Mhm.
seeing the hypocrisy, seeing the corruption, seeing the BS that comes with it. I'm not saying all
Mhm.
Christians are bad. I'm
No.
saying I've met a lot of church folks that ain't real Christians. And
Yeah.
personally, I just shake my head and be like, well, let me go burn my sage.
I think that there in this day and age, there's a difference between believing in God and being Christian.
Yeah.
There's becoming a really big divider in that. And I to me, I want to be clear. I am not saying there's anything wrong with being Christian at all. I am a polytheist. I believe that everybody should believe in what they believe in and what you believe in, whatever you give energy to is what gives energy back to you.
Yeah.
And that can even go back into like science, right? But Christianity as a whole in this country right now is becoming a cult.
It's a cult. It's been a cult. It's the biggest cult. Like, I've been saying it's a cult since we were kids. Like, no, it is a
That
cult
is true.
because why are you forcing, you know what? I've never had a Muslim person knock on my door and ask to talk to me about their religion. I've never had a Jewish person
Mm-mm,
knock on my door and ask to talk to me about their religion. I've
mm-mm.
had a Christian knock on my door multiple times. And then I went and got what's the word I'm looking for when people
Weapon of choice?
treasonous husband and got him to talk about because that one right there is the wrong one that you want to. That's the wrong one at the right time. So yeah, no,
I think that my biggest problem is the assumption that because you believe in something, everybody else has to
everybody else
believe in
has
that.
to. Yeah, it's so egotistical and just self-absorbed. Like, okay,
Mhm.
cool, that's what you believe in. I don't have to believe that. And I'm not a lesser person or deserve less in life just because I don't believe what you believe. And
Right.
you're so um, what's the word I'm looking for? Not
I
involved,
think
but
it's congratulatory, self-congratulatory for sure.
right. But like they think it's their duty to save everybody's life. Self-righteous. They're so
Yes.
self-righteous. And not all of them, but most of them.
No.
And then they're
A
also
lot of
infringing on our rights. At the end of the day,
yeah,
church and state are supposed to be separate. But y'all want
for a
to
reason.
force the what is the Pledge of Allegiance? What no, they
Mhm.
want to force some type of yeah.
It's a Pledge of Allegiance. They wanna
The
force
Pledge of
all schools to
Allegiance
do the
under
Pledge of
God.
Allegiance.
Why do I have to say God? They try to force, abortion laws that aren't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a
Yeah.
woman's right to have autonomy on her body. You don't get to tell me I don't get to have autonomy on my body because your sky daddy told you you can't. Like,
My daddy is a
the
wild
fork?
take. But you know what? The interesting thing is that in other religions, it is actually believed that the life of the mother is more important than the life of an unborn child. Um, and I think that goes back to, talking about Christianity and what this girl did. And, Christians they are self-righteous. They like to think they're better than thou, but when it comes time to act as a Christian,
Be good. Exactly. It's like, where
they
you at?
can't.
Because why couldn't y'all help this woman?
And
Y'all don't pay taxes. Churches
she
don't pay taxes.
wasn't really in it. And she said that, that the responses varied and the demeanor of it from like, to like, whoa. And she did all of that. And the first mosque she called was like, where are you right now? Because she called under the pretense that she was out of a home and she needed some formula to feed her baby. And they were like, where are you right now? We'll come get you. And we have formula ready for you. We'll have a whole care package. And to me, that is what religion is supposed to represent. And not once did they ask, what religion do you,
Right. They saw a
identify
person
with,
in
or
need and just did what was right,
and that's
regardless of
what
what she felt or is, you
right,
know?
and that's what true Christianity is supposed to be about, Like I
Yeah,
find it very
yeah.
comical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it very comical that in the Bible, especially in, the New Testament, the whole storyline, I say storyline because the Bible's a parable. The whole storyline is that Christians are being persecuted by the Jews. Why do you make this face?
We're gonna leave that alone. As a Jew.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's true or not true. What I'm saying is that this storyline that was about to be like, the whole point of it is that you should believe what you want to believe and no one should be able to push their religion onto you, has now turned into a religion that tries to enforce their beliefs upon you at every situation, but will not uphold their own beliefs in real life situations.
Situations, yeah. I the Crusades happened, y'all. I ain't seen no well, this Jewish crusade that's happening right now. But I'm not it's hard being of Islam descent, not Islam, of Judaism descent, cuz we not
Mhm.
sending our right now. I'll just say that. Not sending our best. But
But neither are Christians, so
but I mean, neither
because
are the Christians, but that yeah.
on a side note real quick, do you ever find it fascinating that there are a lot of singers who are very Christian forward?
I mean, Christianity is the majority, and if you want to stay popular, you go with the majority. So, and I mean,
I have noticed
most people are Christian, and I just be sitting there like, okay.
I have no
Yeah.
desire to stay popular, guys. Y'all, either you like me or you don't like me. In fact, most people don't. Oh my gosh, before we get onto our main topic, legitimately, really quick side note.
Mhm.
I got so much hate over the weekend for my hot take that is true, by the way. It's a Googleable fact that the role of the Little Mermaid was supposed to go to Zendaya, and through backdoor dealings from Beyonce, hey, and then your performance from Haley Berry, that's how she got the role. And people got really upset that I said that Haley Bailey is a fantastic singer. Halle Bailey is a fantastic singer, and she is very talented, but she cannot sing for musical theater. She doesn't emote. She doesn't emote like her part of your world is sung beautifully, but she doesn't emote like when I hear
It
part of
feels
your world.
delicate. And a lot of times when you're doing musical theater, when you're doing show we things,
Mhm.
it's like the whole reason we're singing is because I'm overflowing with emotion and to the point where I
Yeah.
have to sing it. And I can see how her performance could feel, like I said, a bit delicate, a bit demure.
It feels delicate, it
She
feels
looked like a
demure,
fish
it
though.
feels oh my god.
She
Really cute
do.
looking.
She a fish girly. It's
I'm
okay. I'm a bird girly. I look like a bird. She look like a
I look
fish.
like a I think I I have, like, my teeth are, like, a little bit bucked, so I feel like I look like a chicken sometimes.
Chicken.
I don't know, hold on, what
Um.
do you think?
Okay, I see it. No.
Yeah.
Fucking with you. It's okay, 'cause I be looking a little avian my damn self with my pointy ass head, and it's
Oh my
okay.
gosh. If I don't get my locks retwisted the right way, though, my forehead looks so giant, it's hilarious.
You
Our
said I could
final topic
say
You
anything.
can say anything, I don't give a shit. Our final topic of the day kind of relates back to the background we're talking about having Christian backgrounds and everything like that, is, discussing generational trauma and overcoming generational trauma.
Mhm,
Which
mm,
I think it's a very important topic to talk about. Also think that it for some, everyone is talking about it these days, breaking generational trauma. No one talks about having to be the person breaking the generational trauma.
'cause I mean,
Like it's
the generational trauma is not intentionally given to you, but you
Mhm.
have to be intentional in not giving it to someone else.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you, my story, I never wanted kids. We all knew this. Everybody's surprised that I had kids. But the main reason is because I saw through the generations of my family, my mother and my grandmother, how
Mhm.
dysfunctional we were. I saw how
Mhm.
badly my grandmother messed up my mom. I saw how messed up my mom was being to me. And I did not want to
Mhm.
be messed up to my daughter. And then even the whole grandma is the best person in the world. I will die on the hill that my yaya is the best woman that ever lived on this goddamn earth. But I also
Mhm.
recognize that she had her flaws and played a big part in why my mother is so fucked up.
It's it's especially, obviously I can't speak for men because I have a vagina. Um, but I feel like especially for women and women of color, of any, um, it the trauma is it's so crazy. I was listening to Gabrielle Union's memoir, We're Gonna Need More Wine, which is fabulous, by the way. And she was talking about how Black women are portrayed in the media as mothers, and she was saying that they're never portrayed as nurturing. They're only ever portrayed as, like, hard
Either
asses or
crazy
bad moms.
or bitchy or
Mhm,
the butt of the joke or it, the Dan Schneider, I was just watching or reading a thing about how Dan Schneider literally only cast Black women to be crazy, like Andre's grandma and Victorious, or we
mhm.
were like Annette, or what was her name? And Drake and Josh. Um,
Oh, yeah, the crazy manager or whatever.
right, right, right. They're either crazy, mean, or something else.
Mhm,
And that's such a stereotype. And you got to remember that TV shows, sometimes that's the only representation of a Black person that some people will have. And they will assume that that's how Black people act. And that's a
mhm.
caricature of Black people, especially Black
But
women.
it is a caricature, but the caricature did come from somewhere, which is the hardest thing, when you think about it is I look at, my mom is obviously different. She passed along her generational trauma, but her generational trauma comes from many different places, but a lot from like island culture.
Hmm.
So I didn't get the same yelling that I mine was more like emotional,
I was going to say yours
like
was more emotional neglect, not trying to, but I
no,
think that
I
was more. 'Cause that's one of the, like, main things. There's, like, 8 different traumas of childhood trauma, and, like,
mhm.
one of them is, like, emotional, like, neglect, there's physical abuse, there's, uh I wrote it down. Let me see. Mhm.
No, I wrote it
Do,
down.
do. So there's physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical neglect, emotional neglect, exposure to domestic violence, and experiencing serious accidents of natural disasters and a loss of a parent or a caregiver.
So, like, I would say that, I'm in a better place now because 'cause I'm healing my generational trauma, right? And
Mhm.
the first part of that was being pissed off. The first part was being pissed off at my circumstances and what happened and how I was raised and how I was treated. And then the second part was knowledge, which was reading books and learning, all the things about whys and hows and whos and explanations. And then I think that the last part is coming to like a genuine understanding of who that person is and what they can and cannot do. And I think
Exactly.
that that's a big part of being able to break and
Yeah.
really fight the generational trauma is coming to the place was like, "You know what?" And my mom did the best that she could with what she had.
Had. And you gotta, like, accept them for who they are, not what you want
Yes.
them to be, you know?
Yes.
You have to come to an acceptance and go through the grieving process of you won't have the type of parent you want or need.
Mm-mm.
But you have what you have, and you can either choose to be in that life or choose to exit stage left, which
And
I've
both are
done.
okay.
Yeah, and both
Yeah.
are okay. Don't think that just because that's your mama, just because that's your daddy, just your uncle, whoever, that you have to put up with abuse from them.
I had a conversation with a friend about another friend, and the conversation was about family disputes. And it went, "Well, why can't they just get over this family dispute? They're their family, at the end of the day, family is what matters." And my response was, "If family is what matters, then why do their family treat them this way?" Because if that is what matters, then the thing that you should value almost more than anything is showing me love and respect. And if that is not your goal, then you are not honoring what family is supposed to be about anyways,
And you're not
and
serving a
I'm gonna
positive.
exit.
Yeah, you're not serving anything positive to my life. You're not enhancing my
Yeah.
life. You're not bringing anything good to the table. Why keep you in? Because I always say, if it was some man or some woman I was dating treating
You would
me the way you're
automatically
treating
be.
me, y'all would be looking at me like, why are you still here? So just because I came out your hoo-ha don't mean I gotta deal with your bullshit.
I
And
think
you know
that
what? I'm harping a little bit too much on my mama. My daddy too. That mother bleeper ain't perfect either, but he did the best he could with what he had. My father is
mhm,
very religious. He's very Christian
he
crazed.
doesn't
He's
like
a
me.
Jesus stan. And you know, we understand that we are not going to see eye to eye on that. He still thinks that he
Mhm.
needs to try to give my soul salvation, and I just changed the subject cuz daddy, we not going to go there today.
You tell him it's it
Come
it
on and
it's
watch
been
this
gone. Oh,
football. Right. We're gonna watch this football game and drink this beer, and it was gonna be
mhm.
okay. We're not gonna talk about that.
I think that that's an important thing to note is, like, you do get different traumas from different parents, and that's something that my relationship with my father has suffered from because I didn't recognize fully because when I was younger, me and my mom just didn't get along at all. And so you rely on one parent or the other to kind of get you through.
Mhm.
But it wasn't until I met up with lying cheating ex when my mom got diagnosed with cancer. And
Mhm.
a lot of my life is blocked out. Like a lot of my life is blocked out. Um, so much so that I forgot that I was treasurer of my senior class.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally, literally forgot the whole like, I have maybe one memory of that.
Well, your high school was not great for you, so
It was not, but, Lion G-Nex was like, cause I was running away, and I ran away from my mom's house a lot back then. And he was like, "Yeah, but you couldn't stay at your dad's house either. You would just bounce back and forth." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Yeah, you'd be there for, like, 2 weeks and, like, I can't do this anymore."
you
And I
can't do
don't
this no more.
remember that.
Yeah, no,
I
because
don't
remember,
remember it.
I would go with you, and we would be there for a weekend, but then you would go back to your mama because love Daddy Rucker with all my heart, but he's a character.
He is, and for me, when I was younger, I built him up in my head. And I think that that's why our relationship has suffered recently is because I've had to come face to face with he is a human, and the amount of time that I've had to heal from what I expected or what I hoped me and my mom's relationship would be, what I learned that it is. And I wanna be clear, kinda like how you were like, "I'm not harping on my mom." Me and my mom have a good relationship now, for the most part, because our relationship has really strong boundaries and really strong understanding.
Mhm. Yeah, I speak
Um
to my mother now because I have really strong boundaries and not so much understanding, but I've been very clear about what I will and will not tolerate. And also, I have a child that she doesn't want to lose, so she's willing to play nice uh
Mhm.
to see Luna. So,
Yeah. But for me, like, the amount of time that I had to heal from my mom, I now have to do for my dad and come to terms with a lot of things that happened in my childhood that I just ignored, and now I have to face. And the only thing that I hate, and this is something that I don't like, if I could pick something I don't, like a specific generational trauma that I don't wanna put on to whatever generation that is, whether that's my kids, which I highly doubt, so it's gonna have to be your kid or somebody else's kid, is the idea of secrets and lies. I you know this about me. I will never tell anybody that I don't lie because saying that you don't lie is in fact a lie. Everybody lies. And
yeah,
when you have a personality like when you're on the autism spectrum and you don't understand lies, you are then taught to lie,
it's a
which is
learned
crazy.
behavior.
Yeah. But I don't like lies. I've never liked lies. I've hated them anytime I get involved in them. Like you know
It's
this from me. Like I cannot.
entitled. Yeah, they it's too much to try to keep it up. Like, I don't know if I was like this as a kid, but
Mm,
nowadays, I can't handle lies, like telling lies outright. I'd rather
mm-mm.
just avoid and not say anything because I can't handle the mental, like, weight of
Gymnastics of
my memory is too shit. I'm gonna forget that I lied. Like, the fuck? I'm gonna forget in 2 minutes that I said that. Like, no.
I just think that, our generation, our parents' generation grew up around a lot of secrecy and a lot of lying and a lot of hidden things. And that's not something that I want to pass on to any other generation. Like, if if I have to tell a kid not to tell someone or somebody what is going on at home, then I really need to evaluate what is
What
going on
I'm
at home.
doing. Right. Because why? Yeah. Yep.
If there's something and obviously there are exceptions to every rule, right? But for the most part, it doesn't, especially when you're doing this to people who are very impressionable, you again, you pass on that generational trauma. You're hiding things and you're keeping secrets because your parents did that before and they learned that from back in the slavery days and competition and everything like that.
Is
You've
a
pushed that
whole
on.
nother thing that we don't even, like, address is, like, we're still dealing with the trauma of being slaves, like, we
Mhm,
still have that, and that's not being talked about or addressed in i in colonialism, fucking
mhm.
colonization, all of that, like, it needs to be genocide, war, all those things
Yeah,
of people, and if you don't deal with it, it's gonna come out, and the people closest to you are going to get hit by that shrapnel, and it's your job at some point to be responsible for your own shit. And you can't
yeah,
keep blaming somebody for it. That's my mom's issue, no offense, mom, but you're still in the mindset of, "Oh, I'm this way because my mom did this." Okay, so what are
mhm,
you gonna do about it? I was a lot of ways because my mom did this or my dad did that. What am I
mhm,
doing? Am I going to sit here and be that person or am I going to evolve? Am I going to try to be better? And when I got pregnant, I was like, "I don't wanna have no baby because 'cause Imma fuck this baby up." And it was like, or you could just make the conscious decision to not be fucked up to your child. you know exactly what not to do. And you know a little bit of what to do, not a lot, but a little. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Not a lot, but a little. I mean, you gotta have a little crazy in you.
and my thing is, I'm already ahead of the curve because I'm at least conscious of what I'm doing.
Mhm.
When I want to yell, I go take my deep breaths. I communicate with my partner. I need a minute. Like when I want to pop her, we don't pop her. We practice conscious parenting.
I love conscious parenting.
I have many books about it. Yeah, no. Conscious we can talk about conscious parenting and gentle parenting. The different I gentle parenting may work for some children, but the thing
Mhm.
is each child conscious parenting meets the child where they're at as the individual, what their needs
Mhm.
are, how they learn, how they
Mhm.
process, some kids whooping their ass is how they learn.
I
Some
mean,
kids, if you explain the logic behind, if you say why you need that was my thing. Don't just
me
tell me to
too.
do something and you not tell me why I'm doing it. As soon as I
I
know
gotta
the reason
understand.
behind of it and it makes sense, that's the key. It's got to make sense. Then
Yes.
okay, you know?
Everybody thinks that I'm a rule breaker, but I actually love rules.
No, you're not. Mm-mm.
Love rules.
You love
I'm not a
order.
rule breaker. Like, I love rules. I love order. I love things to be a certain way. I grew up with a Virgo parent. Like,
I was about to say,
it's
if
just
you
something.
were an inanimate object, you'd probably be a planner,
Oh my gosh. Oh my. No one knows how
like a
many.
journal.
Yeah, I would be a journal. My journal is just me and an inanimate object. Um, but the thing that everybody used to get frustrated about me because I wouldn't follow certain rules is that they didn't understand that it didn't make sense to me. If a rule doesn't make sense to me, I'm not going to follow it because I'm not just blindly following things.
Exactly. You're going to be your own person. And that's part of breaking these generational fucking traumas because our parents were taught to shut up and listen to their parents because they had to. Because if you didn't listen to your parent, some white man might
Mhm.
lynch you. You know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
So you had to just shut up and trust your parents. But we don't live in that society. Well, we're getting back to it. But we don't necessarily live in that type of society anymore. And if you're not, you don't have to necessarily blindly follow what your parent is saying. They can take the time to explain to you and talk to you and look at you like a person and not just, I don't know, an object or something to be told what.
Yeah, or right, a lot of old generations of parents were like, "You have to do this because I said so." And
Mm,
there wasn't the thought that trust is built even within your children, which is a concept that's really big right now. Like trust is built even with your children. And
true.
it's okay to apologize and it's okay to admit that you were wrong to your children. And those are signs that you are actually healing. I do remember what I was talking about. You were talking about how when you have unhealed trauma, you put that on the people that you were closest to. And when I started really going to therapy, I realized that, I sometimes played in a very like victim mindset. And I got that from my generational trauma. And even if I wasn't in the wrong, I have to realize what part I played in something or how the way that I acted as a response or a reaction to someone is just as bad as what someone may or may not have done or how I may have perceived it. I think that was one of my biggest issues was I don't think I was always the one I'm not saying that I wasn't. I'm just saying that the way that I see it is in a lot of situations, not necessarily was I always the one instigating things, but I was always the one that blew it up.
Mhm.
I never learned to walk away. I never learned to be quiet, and maybe I do it too much now as a, like, offset to, what happened, but I always was like, "Ah, this person pushed me to do this, and this person pushed
You
me
were
to do
always
that," and
very
I'm
expressive, and
I've always been very expressive, yeah,
mhm, and that's what I was,
and that's not
literally just thinking about. Oh, my bad, go back, finish.
mhm.
Finish me.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, a thing that I had to learn about myself is, like, I used to just pop off and say how I felt, like you were saying, like, I think this. And that's because as a child, I was told children are supposed to be seen, not heard. And my voice was
Me
always
too.
silenced. And I was told that quit talking so much, you make folks not like you, is what they used to tell me.
Mhm.
Quit talking so much, you make folks not like you. And so
Mhm.
in rebellion, I was always just popping off. And like, I've had to learn, like you said, not everything is worth my energy.
Mhm.
And you can do that if that's how you feel. I can be okay if that's how you feel, because you can be over there and I can go over here and it's okay. Um,
Yeah.
Definitely feel you on that. And I think that also just comes from time and getting older, you have limited energy, limited spoons. And
You do have
even
you have
yeah, and then on top of that you have like mental health things that limit your spoons. So you got to be real selective with what you give your energy to. My homegirl,
you
side
do.
my homegirl was on Facebook and it was a video of her outside some girl's house talking about come outside, come outside. You see, she's waiting on her family. I'm like, girl, you got 3 kids. What are you doing? Judging. I just feel like that wasn't worth your time. Like even if this woman is threatening your family, like you say, go get a PPO. Go show
Yeah.
them these where she's harassing you and get a personal protection order. And she's already the girl apparently was on parole, so you could really go just handle that the mature way than going to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that a lot of it comes with um getting older, but and I think a lot of it, but I truly, and I don't know whether it's because I felt like I was accused of doing so much when I was a kid that I have always played innocent.
Mhm.
Um
It's a
and
survival mechanism too. Like you had to be a certain way. We had to act a certain way that wasn't
mhm,
natural to just exist.
yeah. But I look at it now and I think about how a lot of my trauma, a lot of my misunderstandings I put on other people. And that's one of the I mean, I'm being honest and raw and real. Like I truly didn't recognize that into therapy until I started trying to break down these generational traumas that I was putting a lot of, what I was going through on other people, and I'm trying not to cry. Not because the topic makes me want to cry, but just like a lot of people used to call me needy, and I never understood it, right? Because I'm a hyper independent person. And I was like, what do you mean? I literally pay my, you know what I mean? And I didn't get it until I realized that I put so much energy in people being something that could never be lived up to. And I expected so much from people that was not just people being human. I like put my perfectionism on other people. And I
Mhm.
also gave so much that I became resentful instead of being able to say, "Hey, okay, I reached a point, I reached a period where I can't do this anymore." I always tried to give more, and it was never beneficial, you know?
Mhm.
And then I would get mad when someone didn't listen to my advice or I was giving so much and I didn't feel like they were giving me the same. And I created a monster and I would become a monster. And then I would justify it in my head as being like, oh, but you're trying to help people. It was like, yeah, but if they don't want your fucking help, why are you
Right. You
getting mad at
want
somebody
more
because they
for
want to?
somebody than what they want for themselves.
Yeah. And I think about that and it makes me sad. And it's something that I check. At first I had to create a rule because how much like me, the rule was it was a 3-to-1 rule. For
Mhm.
every 3 thing or 1 to 3, however you wanna take it. For every one thing I did for someone else, I have to do 3 things for myself.
It's a good rule. It's a good rule for pouring into yourself and making sure you're not pouring from an empty cup.
Yeah. And I also started to recognize the signs that I was becoming resentful of people was when I would like stay out really late because I was driving people around or whatever.
Mhm.
I would have a long drive home when I lived in Jackson and I'd be so frustrated. And then I'm like, why are you frustrated at them? You're the one that allowed this to happen. At any point in time, you could have said, "I'm too tired, I wanna go home." And that's when I get, like, that feeling, that's when I'm like, "Alright, how about we pull back for a couple of days?" And I don't put it on people anymore. I felt like I had to be responsible and take care of everybody, and that was my own generational trauma, you know, in Black communities, but definitely in, Afro-Caribbean, Afro-West Indian communities, you the eldest daughter has the responsibility of a mother. They have all of the burden and everything like that is placed on them. You are responsible taking care of the family just as much, if not sometimes more, than the mother is.
I got a
Because you
story
have
to
to
tell you
be
about that. Yeah.
oh, okay. But you have to be like a second parent to your siblings, and you have to be a confidant to your parents,
You have to grow up
especially
way
your
faster than you needed to or should have had to.
yeah. And because that we were talking about how there's different generational traumas, because my island generational trauma was transferred and I didn't understand. And I think what also I was also looking for back then was to be different. And I didn't understand. I felt different, but people didn't treat me different.
Mhm.
I'm a mutt. I'm mixed with a whole bunch of things. But when people here in Michigan saw me, they just saw a Black girl. They never paid attention to any of my cultural backgrounds or anything like that. It was just this, and I had to fit into that box. And that was so confusing for
Mhm.
me because I
Mhm.
didn't.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God. Your
y-
obsession with being thick, being like, girl, you are beautiful. Why are you? And now
I've
look at you, thicker than a Snickers.
yeah, but it's funny because I've actually recently given up that obsession. Because I realized that I was, again, as we keep talking about it, I realized that I was doing what I thought I had to do from the generational trauma that African American women are that are pushed down you about your bodies, right? African
Mhm.
American women are very sexualized.
Yep. You're supposed
And
to be voluptuous.
yeah, and growing up, that was not what my body looked like. And that was
Mhm.
another thing is that
You
I
was a
felt
stick.
like
It's okay.
I was a stick. And but I also felt like you and Jessica got a pass
Well,
that
because
I
we're
feel like I didn't
we're
get.
3 inches from being little people, so
That's
it's
true.
different.
And I
You can
realize
have
that
this much
now,
in an ass, and
and it
that's
looks
enough.
way different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've switched my workout methods. I'm really focusing on yoga and a little bit of Pilates now
Mhm.
because I realized that
Alright.
I was chasing a part of me that wasn't I was trying to be Black instead of just being me.
Mhm.
And that was a lot of my 20s.
I know.
Okay. It's annoying. Let's to wrap up, what if you could pick a generational trauma that you have worked the hardest to overcome, to break, what would you say it is?
It's probably how do I put this? Now, my daughter is only 2, 3,
Mhm.
but
'Cause she's my
not
savvy
yelling.
baby.
Yeah, not yelling is a big one, cause my family, they yelled at you. But that's what I'm dealing with now, but I feel like the more impactful one that's going to be, like, the thing that I work the hardest is to be accepting of my child for whoever she is, because
Mhm.
I have to put she love okay. When we put clothes on, it has to be the left side and then the right side, but they're not left
Totally
and
makes
right.
sense to me.
It's pink and black. You have to do pink first and then black, which
This
is
totally
left
makes
and
sense to
right.
me.
And she is obsessed with pink, and I cannot stand the motherfucking color pink. Pink
Oh my
is
gosh.
ugh. But
I'm gonna
yeah,
make her
she's
a
turning
shirt.
out to be a girly girl. She likes dresses, she likes doing her hair, she likes all of that stuff, and it's gonna be up to me to not impose my ugh on her, because I don't want her to
Mhm.
be well, I don't like it because mommy doesn't like it, or mommy doesn't like it, so I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a big challenge for me to just
Mhm.
encourage my child to be whoever she wants to be. Um,
Mhm.
because if anybody knew me back in high school, Lincoln Park Numb was my mother's ringtone, just to give you an idea. Mhm. So, tired of being what you want me to be. And that
How
was
to be what you want me to
yeah,
be.
rest in peace, Chester. That's probably the biggest thing, like, making sure my child knows that she does not have to perform for me. She can be whomever
Yeah.
she is. Yeah.
Well, tell
What
her
about you?
that TT, because Jessica was supposed to do that for my kids that I'm not having anymore. If she had boys, I was going to teach them about sports and stuff. And if I had girls, she would teach them all the girly stuff. I know more of the girly stuff now than I did before. So tell her TT got her. TT got her. We'll do skincare. We'll get her little face. Oh, we can get her little Hello Kitty face sheets.
She loves Hello Kitty. She picked out oh, I'll show you tomorrow when she comes. I'll video call you tomorrow. She got a new
Okay.
dress and it's all Hello Kitty, and she's so excited to wear it. It's all pink. We went to
Okay.
Walmart, literally bought
Mm,
3 outfits, all pink. And that's what I mean, like, I'm trying to be different. Like, I consciously was not like, you don't want the red one, you don't want
yeah.
the black one. Like, I want it to be. I was like, you like pink? Okay, pink.
Okay, pink it is. I think for me, one of the hardest things is not putting my feelings on other people and making it other people's responsibility. I blamed a lot of people or made a lot of what I was going through on other people. And again, I probably leaned a little too much into the independent part now, but I don't ever want to put that emotional toll on anyone again. When I realized that I was doing that to people, and it took a while because, right, like I said, people were talking about how needy I was, and I was just didn't understand it. And when I realized that they meant like there was a toll that I put on them, that's something that I recognize comes from generations and generations for me. And that is not something that I want to put on people or whatever generation, whoever kids I'm with at the time, even like the 14-year-old. I've always said to her, like, not don't worry about my feelings, but how you feel is the most important thing in this moment. I'm an adult. I can monitor and care about my own feelings and manage them. And
Regulate
I don't
them.
need I don't need people now I used to demand my friends make me feel better or find a way to make whatever is going on with me better. And
No,
that was
would dump
stupid
you.
because
You would do. You just
you
dump.
said what? I
I said
would.
dumping.
I
Like,
would.
I think a
And
good thing for you would be like, "Hey, do you have the capacity to talk about this today?" Because some
yeah.
days I wouldn't, and I would just be getting text messages of you crying, and I'd be like,
Like, oh my
"Okay,
gosh,
here
this
we
is
go."
and I mean, I will say that I had really valid reasons to cry, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
but
Completely valid.
I need to learn. I
You
couldn't see it at
you didn't intentionally do it, but, like, it was really disheartening being trying to be there for you.
yeah. And I think that I saw that as me putting a lot of my stuff on other people and not resolving how I felt. And I look back on that and I'm like, yeah, that was and I now know more about myself. So I would say that, and then I would say 14-year-old taught me patience. She taught me a lot of patience and understanding I'm not a patient person. And
Mm.
I will say that she's also taught me to kind of like accept people, but even more so, like, if you love someone, it doesn't
You don't
hurt
get
you
to
to
pick and
meet them
choose
where
the pieces of them that you love.
right, that part, but it also doesn't hurt to meet them where they are.
Oh,
I think a part of the reason why I'm very into makeup is because 14-year-old is very into makeup. And that was somewhere I could meet her where she was.
mm,
I wouldn't say to her, "Oh, I'm not really a makeup person." I was like, "Oh, you want to go to Ulta? Let's go to Ulta." And just being able to, a lot of parents, a lot of trauma, like you said, is wanting your kid to be like you and then being really pissed off for most of their childhood because they're nothing like you or they're too much like you or whatever.
or they're
I
like their
think
other
that,
parent.
yeah, I think that like accepting your kid as they are, yes, and also learning to embrace those parts. Like the fathers who would never watch a dance performance ever in their life, but learns, all of the dance terms because their daughter is in it.
Um,
the dads or the, you know, the parents who end up with a child who is queer, and instead of, you know, acting whatever, they embrace it and start learning and acknowledging and celebrating and, you know, trying to help them understand those things. I want my kids to feel comfortable being who they are, and I also want them to feel like I'm fully invested in who they are.
yeah. See, I didn't have that problem. You know, my mother was way too invested in me. That was the problem. Um,
Yeah,
but I understand where you're coming from and why you would be that way. Uh,
yeah.
so yeah.
On that note, guys,
Oh
we are
yeah.
going to
Bye
get out of
bye.
here. Bye, guys. We'll talk to you next time.
PureTifa Podcast.